Hey everybody, welcome to another episode at PBAquatics. Today we're going to work on the rack that's outside. We're finally going to get the sponges in, we're going to get the air pump on, we're going to get the air lines ran, and we're going to get water in the tanks and get them cycling. So I did come across a small problem. I got the wrong air tube. This air tube is I believe 3/16 or something like that. Is small, and this thing's 1/4 inch. So the only way that I can remedy this, because I'm not one of them guys that go back to the store and buy a new one. That's not me. I'm going to make this work. So is what I do is I got a cup of water and I heated it up in the microwave. So hopefully it gets hot enough. So I heat it up in the microwave. Now as you can tell, this ain't gonna work. That's not gonna go on there because it's too small. So I got me a hot cup of water. I stick this in there. Which this is going to be good, because once it's on there and it gets cold, there's no way it's coming off. So I stick in this for a little bit, get it nice and pliable. It takes a little bit of patience, but once it's in the hot water, it'll stretch. Yeah. And you can work it on there. So now that's on there. Once that cools off, there's no way that's coming off, because that's going to shrink right to the nipple. And I got to do that 7 more times. So watch along and watch how I get everything ran and done. We're gonna get all our sponges. This is the sponge filters that I'm using. This thing telescopes up and telescopes down. But these are good up to 15 gallons. So one would be just fine for the 5 gallons and for the 10 gallons. I got 16 of them. So I'm gonna load them up in this box and take them outside. I got my other pump in here, and we are ready to go. All right, so what we're going to do is, first we're going to close this door. Now we get to lick 16 of these things. Now these tanks are going to be bare bottom tanks. I'm not putting substrate in any of these, just because these are going to be breeders. I might have some floating plants or something on top. So I'm going to put these on the top and I'm going to put these on the bottom. I like having them. I like to put them all the way at the bottom of the tank. Hopefully I have enough of these things. And I like putting it to the back of the tank, so that if I gotta do anything in there, if I gotta mess with anything in the tanks, they're not in my way. Now, I might pull these up just to get agitation to the top of the water. Looks like we might have a couple extra. So for those of you that don't know, there are 5 gallons on top, 10 gallons on the bottom. Oh, we have 3 extra ones. Now I did order these from Amazon. They were 4 for $10 or something like that. So if you shop, you can find what you need cheap enough on a budget. Fish keeping on a budget. So I got the one pump here. Now in the instructions, excuse me while I sweat. We're in Florida, it's hot in Florida. In the instructions it says you want to keep the air pump above the tank. For what reason, I'm not quite sure. It probably creates a siphon. Water probably goes back into the pump and messes up the pump. In case of a power outage anyways. So I have 2 of these. I'm going to figure out a way to put this one above the tank. If I can just... I wonder if both of them fit on here. Well, would you look at that? So I'm going to run air hoses to each and every one. I'll pick the camera back up as soon as I get the top rack done, and I will see you then. Okay, so it's the next day, and this is what I came up with. I put the pump in the center, and I got the lines running down. I got a splitter here to run 2 different lines. So what's going to have to happen is I'm going to have to remove these 3 tanks so that I can put those 3 tanks over here. I'm going to put it in its place so that those fish can be up here. This 10 gallon is going to go down here, so I'm going to have to remove one of these 10 gallons. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I'm building another rack inside the house. So these 3 tanks and that 1 10 gallon will be in that rack in the house. That way I can get rid of this whole thing going on here. I can get all my tubs and put all my tubs in this corner nice and organized. And then I'll have more space to move around and more space to work. Now that rack that I'm building inside might just end up outside if it keeps growing the way it's growing. So let me get these tanks out of the way. I'm going to pick up the camera again once I have these tanks up and running up on this rack, and I will show you guys how it's coming along. Alright, so I just got done moving all these tanks over. I actually put 2 more pairs that I had over here. I took them out of one of the bins. They're the blue-purple Moscows. So my plan is to keep all my breeders on top. Some grow outs on the bottom. It's going to evolve and it's going to do what it's going to do on its own. But that's my plan. So I got this over here eliminated now. It's completely empty. I'm going to end up taking this apart and dismantling it. And I'll keep the 2x4s and I keep the wood for future projects because I don't throw nothing away. You know how that goes in the fish room. And then I'll be able to organize my tubs better. So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share, and leave your comments down below if I missed anything, or if you wanted to see something else, or if there's a future video you want to watch. Leave the comments down below. I'll read all the comments, I get back to all the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.